Whether or not you're diabetic, whether or not you're pre-diabetic or not, this is really important and it impacts your life. We have a product designed for people concerned about pre-metabolic syndrome, people that are looking like they might become a type 2 diabetic, and now they're saying, oh, I don't want to be there. I need to, something has to change. And they try really hard, but guess what? Almost everyone that gets a pre-metabolic syndrome winds up being a type 2 diabetic. They just don't know how to easily control this, and they're not good at controlling diet and choices. So we made GC Control. This is backed by lots of science, and it helps reduce A1C levels, serum glucose levels, insulin levels, hormone levels, appetite, body fat. In 2 months, it significantly increased energy because it gets your blood sugar into that sweet spot. So 60-day results, 54% reduction in fatigue. Everybody wants to get rid of fatigue. And appetite intensity, 34% reduction in appetite. You're just not so hungry anymore. Why? Well, let's talk about why you're not so hungry. It's not a meal replacement. It has to do with how it works in the body. So let's look. On the left-hand side, we're going to see fat storage. So here's how you store fat. If you've ever wanted to store fat, do this. Eat simple carbs or high glycemic foods. And when you do that, your blood sugar will rise, and that will promote a release of insulin. And insulin is going to tell your body to store fat instead of using it. So I just gave you the secret to storing more fat. Now you know how to do it. Now, if you want to get rid of fat, look on the right-hand side. GC Control will keep your blood sugar levels balanced, promoting a healthier insulin response. Healthy insulin levels allow your body to use fat instead of storing it. And your weight loss efforts are optimized, and weight loss is easier. So you see this guy in the middle? His name is Patrick. He runs marathons. Believe it or not, 26-mile marathons. And he's just a staple out there running marathons, and yet he has lots of body fat. So you would think that he could outrun his fat, but he cannot because he eats simple carbs, because he thinks before a run you load up on simple carbs, which is the old school. Load up on all this stuff and your body will try to burn carbs, but he doesn't have some tricks that we know how to use, how to keep your body using stored body fat, and his blood sugar goes up and he has insulin and he's just keeping that fat stored and he can never get on top of that. Somebody should introduce Patrick to GC Control. And then his running would make sense. And then his body could use up fat instead of storing it. And then he would have optimal weight loss. So he'd not only feel good, but he'd look good too. And that would be great. He looks good now, but he could do better. So even if you don't change your diet, even if you don't exercise, these 5 products here will take care of all the elements of basic health. Actually, it's 4 products. I made a mistake, so I got to fix this slide. So we're looking here at GC Control. Now, we have all these peak performance packs. I put in the metabolic health pack because we're talking about, pre-metabolic syndrome or diabetes. So I put that in there, but there's all kinds of customized packs, or maybe just the basic peak performance, but I put that one in there. The Vitality Calcium Complete and the FiberWise. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. So everything else is built into this peak performance pack. And this is going to help make sure that you have balanced nutrition, healthy blood sugar, your pH is going to be balanced, omega-3s are going to be there. All the omega-3s you need to be basically healthy. You're going to have a healthy gut, and it's going to reduce your physiological stress load. So now we're going to talk about pH balance. I know that's a lot of information, but we're going to make it's all going to come out in the end. You're going to see this is really easy. So you're thinking, do I have to know all this stuff and worry about all these different things every day? No, you don't, because I'm going to make it super easy for you. You just need to know this in the back of your mind, just so you know, I'm handling it all without any effort. So is your body acidic? Because most diseases thrive in an acidic environment. So if your body's slightly acidic, poor health. Alkaline, good health. Okay, that's what that means. So how do you know? Well, you don't necessarily have to do a litmus test. You can just take a look at the symptoms. Most Americans are more acidic than they should be. Therefore, most Americans experience fatigue, lack of energy, weight gain, frequent infections, headaches, acid reflux, receding gums, sensitive teeth, irritable bowel syndrome, dry skin, brittle nails, memory loss, feeling like you can't get enough breath, bone loss, muscle wasting, muscle and joint pain, leg cramps, rheumatoid arthritis, insomnia, frequent sighing, weight retention, insulin resistance, difficulty swallowing, sensitivity to vinegar or acidic fruits, bumps on your tongue, and hives. And probably more, but I didn't have time to add any more. Ran out of space. So high acidity actually can cause these problems: cancer, heart disease, diabetes, arthritis, degenerative diseases, lupus, MS, etc., and premature aging, which is also caused by blood sugar being out of control as well, which is also caused by not getting the calcium, magnesium, and chromium, and all the minerals that your body must have. So it's all coming together. They all cause the same things, don't they? If your body's too acidic, then you're supposed to eat more alkaline foods. So we're Americans, so we eat acidic foods. So pretty much it's saying eat the foods you don't normally eat, because we normally eat, let's look at the acidic side, the right-hand side. We're talking about sandwiches, milk, meat, grains, sugars, tortillas, whatever, nuts, dairy, all that kind of stuff. So that's all acidic. That's what we like to eat. Cheese. Now we're looking at the alkaline foods. That's not typical American diet stuff. In fact, the average serving of soft drinks is 10,000 times more acidic than the rest of your body. 10,000 times. So even though you don't have to change your diet to see results, it is really smart to change some things like soft drinks to give your body a better fighting chance. I mean, for goodness sakes, you're going so far, you're taking all these supplements, cut back on some of the other stuff. And then talk about kicking butt. You're going to really see better health then. So and you want to, as you get more healthy, it's more fun to do more things to be even more healthy because it's rewarding. Sadly, so I'm telling you to eat more fruits and vegetables. What if you don't like fruits and vegetables? Most people like fruit, but some people really don't do vegetables very well. But sadly, eating more fruits and vegetables may not fix the problem because they're still lacking minerals. Remember, the minerals are depleted in our soil. So here's the bad news for our vegan and vegetarian friends. They're getting all these phytonutrients. They're getting so much good stuff. They're getting all the benefits from the living food, except they're not getting the minerals like magnesium, calcium, chromium, zinc, selenium. Magnesium, calcium are the most abundantly needed minerals in the body, and these are required to maintain an alkaline pH of 7.4. Now, your body does not run at 9 or 8 or 10. In fact, that's harmful to you. Don't even think about. Somebody's out there telling people, oh, you need to be really, really alkaline. No. That's alkalosis. Don't do that. We want to be where the body functions best. So the body functions best between 7.3 and 7.4 pH. That's slightly alkaline. It runs worst when it is any acidity at all. So anything below 7 is really kind of a disaster. So there's only two places in your body that are not 7.4. That's your stomach and your urine. Everything else, that's where health is. You want to be healthy, you got to get there. So when we're mineral deficient, the blood and organs become acidic. So when we're not getting the calcium, magnesium, and other minerals, you're going to have acidic blood, therefore anaerobic, thus inducing not only cancer, but other degenerative diseases such as heart disease, diabetes, arthritis, lupus, etc. So there's a big fix of, go more vegetarian. And I endorse that, eat more vegetables, eat more fruits, because there's so many things within those living products that are life-giving, but the minerals are still missing. And that's very, very unfortunate. So we have to take those minerals. So we must supplement to have healthy pH balance. You're not going to get healthy pH balance with just the vegetables alone. Chelated minerals, remember, they're processed with acids. So this process can increase the acidity in your body. Not a good idea. Oligo is the only process we know that can increase alkalinity. So here's something maybe you knew, maybe you didn't know, but you might have thought calcium's most important job was bone or muscle health. But no, its most important job is pH control. That's the most important thing it can do. Oligocalcium is to acid like water is to fire. It destroys the oxygen-robbing acid in the body. That's what acid does. It shuts down the oxygen supply to your organs, to your body, to your tissues. So the more calcium, the more oxygen, and therefore the less cancer and other degenerative diseases. But you have to have the oligocalcium, otherwise you're dealing with a mineral salt that's causing more problems, or a chelated mineral even worse. So this is where we need to go. And this is why this is so important. And then we look at prices. So I had a friend that liked USANA. USANA is a supplement company, and it's indicative of hundreds, if not thousands of other companies, especially the multi-level marketing things where they charge a super high price. And what do you get? So I put this up because their label says advanced levels of calcium magnesium. And since customers don't know how much calcium magnesium they should have anyway, they're going to assume that 135 milligrams must be an advanced level because it says so. So they don't know how to read labels and they don't understand dosing. So they're taking that little scraping of Tylenol thinking it's going to help their headache. So we're taking a little scraping of calcium thinking it's going to change the problem, and it's never going to help you. But you're going to spend a lot of money. So Melaleuca's Vitality Pack, look at the difference. Look at how much we get. And look at 100%, 100%, 100%, 150%, 125%. We're giving you the full therapeutic dose of everything you need. You're actually going to get it because it's actually not a mineral salt anymore. It's oligo. So it's just like a whole food. And it's changing lives. And you're getting all your vitamins. And all of that for $20.